Day number 1, we're tackling the kitchen. Hours allotted for this project, 10 o'clock p.m. minus 2:17. We're gonna reorganize and we're gonna do some quick fixes. We have some cabinets where I wanna add like a pull-out drawer. Pretty confident that I can do that today. Maybe I'll even make something. Maybe I'll even head over to Home Depot and make a little pull-out drawer. And when I'm reorganizing the cabinets, I also might add in some extra shelves based off of what I need to do. In the past, I've done like cleaning videos where I have a time limit. This one is actually going to be a time limit, and whatever I get done today, that's gonna be it. There's not gonna be any do it tomorrow. Tomorrow we're moving on to other stuff. Really, the goal here is not to do the perfect fix, but just to do the quick fixes that will save me time in the future. Another thing I would love to do, here's where a spice rack is supposed to be. You can tell we have a lot of failed attempts to put it up. But the problem is, I did actually get drywall screws because I can't figure out where this stud is. It's right behind the bathroom, so I don't really want to mess with anything. Apparently, this is not drywall, this is plaster, which is why this drywall screw left a giant hole. Our goal is gonna be to fix that. We're gonna have to take all these spices from my cardboard one, put them all in this wooden one, and go to Home Depot and figure out how to hang it back up on the wall. And I want to do a pull-out drawer right in here because we use this all the time, but it's hard to get to. Here I think would be nice to do a pull-out. I might make my own little DIY shelf to organize these cans. I'm gonna start with the dishes so I can just get those out of the way and clean up everything else. Dishes are all done except for straws, because who wants to do straws? I'm gonna come back to them later. What's next? I don't know what's next. By the way, guys, if you ever don't know what to do, just write a list. Sit down and write a list. Say, I'm gonna stand up first, I'm gonna do this next, I'm gonna do that next, then I'm gonna do that next. I made a list about everything I needed to do, and I put it in order so that if I ever felt confused, if I ever felt demotivated, I knew exactly what to do next. So I'm gonna get that list and let's discover together what is next. Dishes, I can't check it off because we didn't finish the straws. Wipe down is next. Wipe down we can do. By the way, it's 3:14 right now. I'm not really keeping track of how the time is being divided, but we have until 10 p.m. so I think we should be okay. I'm a very rare drinker of caffeine, but I have to say, when it hits, it's banging. I understand why people do this. I'm getting so much more done than I would if I hadn't had that half of a Celsius. Luckily, my fantastic boyfriend Josh has cleaned this very recently, so we don't have as much scrubbing to do on the surface as we normally would have. Thank you, Josh. Surface number 1 wiped. Surface number 2 wiped. Surface number 3 wiped. Surface number 4 wiped. Surface number 5 wiped. Surface number 6 not wiped. Surface number 7 not wiped yet. Surface number 8 also not wiped. But what we need to do first is take a lunch break. Lunch break is leftover Dominoes! Okay, it's 5:26 right now due to lunch and a phone call and a bit of dallying and diddlying around. The list says we're still on the wipe step. However, there are some things we need to pick up before we're able to wipe. So that's gonna be next. The caffeine's worn off a bit. You might be able to tell. I want to make it to Home Depot. I think we can do it. I think we can achieve our dreams today. I think we're really in the presence of something great. I think we can do it. Do you believe me? Do you believe me that we can do it? We can do it together. We can get it done. You know what we can do today? We can go to Home Depot, we can buy wood, we can build something. We can build some things that we need and we can put them in our kitchen so that our life is better. So that our life is better every single day, and it doesn't matter that it's 5:27 or 28 right now. It doesn't matter because we can do it because we believe in ourselves. And we believe in our dreams. And our dreams are to fix this kitchen. Fix this kitchen. Fix this kitchen. Let's do it. Behind the scenes, it's secret. You're not allowed to see any of this. $6:20. Everything's wiped down, everything's put away in the kitchen. I don't know what's next. I have to consult my list. I think we're gonna do like one more task and then I'm gonna start thinking about dinner. I did just have lunch, but it was a late lunch and it was a small lunch and it's almost dinner time. So let's see what's next. Clean fridge. Okay, what's after that? Recycling and garbage, sweep, vacuum, lights, pantry, reorganize, spice rack, pull out snack bin. I'm gonna do pantry reorganize next because I wanna see if there's any shelving that I need to make. Then I'm going to take out the trash and recycling. Then I'm going to plan what I need to get from Home Depot, and then we're gonna go to Home Depot before it gets too late. We can do this. Pasta and rice and beans and other stuff go in these. I think I'm gonna put pasta up here just for the sake of inconvenience. So I'm more likely to reach for tomatoes and beans and rice, and then the pasta goes here, especially the ramen. It's gonna go up where we can't reach it. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do a half shelf here and a half shelf there. I can definitely stack these cans 2 up on a shelf. So I'm gonna grab a tape measure, see what size wood we need, and I might even have something already with me that we can use. All I need is 2 11x17 boards. It doesn't really matter what thickness. I'm gonna check if I have one. I think to screw them in, I can just do a screw underneath and lay it on top the way you have like modular shelves. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Although there's no shelf on the other side, so that's not gonna work. Well, we'll figure it out. Maybe I have some brackets or something. Or I can get them at Home Depot. So I have this. I don't know what the thickness is on it. It's pretty thin. It's a little bit wobbly. But I feel pretty good because I think I can cut it this way so it won't bend too much like that, because my 11 inches is going to be here and this should be about 17. If it's 16, that's fine. Yeah, 16 is fine. How am I gonna attach it though? I might have not thought this through. I was gonna put in these eyelet hooks that I happen to have as brackets and then lay it on top of them. But I'm not gonna be able to put it on both sides because it's like, it's only touching up against 2 corners. So I could do along the back and along the side, but then it would sag in one of the corners, and this isn't really that strong. So I don't know if it would hold up or if it would fall down. But let me investigate further. It's like 6 something now, 6:30, 6:40, and the sun's starting to go down. So unfortunately, we might have to do a nighttime Home Depot trip, which is like my least favorite thing ever to do. But that's okay, because we're on a mission. We can do it! Upon further investigation, it is actually going to work to just put it on top of brackets. So I'm just gonna cut out 16 by 11 now, and we'll see how it goes. I got this piece of wood for free a while ago, so I don't really care if it gets messed up. You might be thinking, how are we gonna cut it? Do I dare to use a jigsaw indoors? I think so, and here's why. I don't feel like going outside because I'd have to move my car in order to use my parking spot and then bring all of my stuff downstairs, which is a pain, and anything can be vacuumed up, such as dust and such. I'm gonna get my jigsawing supplies out and we're gonna make some cuts. The good news is it doesn't really need to be perfectly straight, because again, this is not a very pretty piece of wood, so it's mostly just functional. It was in here all along. Safety first. Forgot I have a guide. I'm just gonna Wait, no. Okay, wait. There's a better way to do this. Oh, and the battery's dead. I just took out the trash from recycling while I was letting it charge, so hopefully this is gonna be enough for the 2 cuts we need. I don't know the time, but the sun is setting. Tell it's not very straight, but I think that's okay. To be honest, these were more just for fun. I didn't really have to do this, but it's a fun break from all the cleaning. I'm gonna give this a very light sand because I don't really want to sand in here, but I just want to get the corners. Okay, let's go. I might be able to just screw these in without drilling a hole. And I'm gonna eyeball this. To be honest, sometimes I feel like my eyeballing skills when it comes to measuring symmetry and straight lines is better than my measuring skills. Oh. Okay, this is where we went wrong. So originally I was gonna do 17 inches because I was gonna have it go a little bit further. Then when I saw the width was 16 inches, I was like, that's fine because it doesn't really matter. This is enough. Although this is honestly looks kind of strange because why isn't there an extra one here? But the main problem is I was planning on putting a hook right behind here, sticking out of there, sticking out of like on the other side of this wall here, so that it would rest on there. But it can't do that anymore because it doesn't reach. I'm gonna screw some of these in and just see how it works with 3 of them. Let's start with drilling a hole first. Unfortunately, I didn't have any drill bits that were thin enough for this, and I really want to make sure it's not too big so that it doesn't fall out. But I have these nails that I can nail in and then I can screw that into the hole. I also found these from curtain rods, and I don't need them for curtain rods. So there's a solid chance we could use them to prop up the shelf. This thing shouldn't be too annoying, and these would probably be pretty secure. I'm gonna try these just because I'm mostly curious to see how that works, and then maybe I'll go in with this. Okay, that worked pretty well. Like I said, I'm gonna eyeball it. These are also good because if I don't have them perfectly lined up, I can just twist them up or down to make it basically like that would be higher, that would be lower. So I can adjust them all like that, which is good. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna start with that. Like if you think I should watch Citizen Kane tonight. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but it's fine like that. Does it fit cans on top? What if I put a can here? Oh, that works with the weight. Don't tip it over here though. It's honestly not too bad as long as you just don't go, ooh. I have a genius idea. What if I put one on top, like on top here, so that it sandwiches the two together and it doesn't move up and down? I'm gonna do that. I'm just kind of curious to see how it works with that one. So we'll put this in here. You can't really see, but I'm gonna twist it down. But if we do another one here, it might be fine. Moment of truth. Okay, not too bad. I'm gonna test the load limits on this, and also I'm gonna move you over here so that my big fat head doesn't get in the way. I mean, if I do this here, it starts to bend a little bit, but that's not even bad. Look at that. I'm gonna have Couscous hold this up. This actually bends down on a slant, so it doesn't really have that much support on the here. It just has support there. See, it's like, it's gonna kind of go like this. Yeah, it honestly does nothing. Okay, never mind then. Currently 8:07, so we have 2 hours, which is pretty good. I also want to make sure that I clean everything up, at least somewhat. But we got all of the main stuff done. The only thing that's left is to go to Home Depot and get supplies for the spice rack and possibly for a pull-out drawer. I think it's gonna be pretty easy to do the pull-out drawers, so I'm gonna take a break to eat dinner and maybe sketch out some things for the drawers. And if not, then we'll just get screws for the spice rack and that'll be fine. For dinner we have bread and cheese followed by more bread and cheese. It's 9 p.m. now, running a little bit behind, but I think we can still make it. It's 9:08 and we're about to head to Home Depot. I did do some deciphering. I maybe went a little bit too crazy with this, but I do know all the pieces that I need to get for the pull-out drawer. This isn't as important as the spice rack, but if I'm there and I see supplies, then I might as well get them, depending on how long it's gonna take. I decided I'm not gonna do a skinny pull-out drawer in the cabinets over there because they're really skinny and I would have to make it even skinnier to allow for the actual rollers, and I don't know if that's the right move, so I'm gonna hold off on that for today, but it's not really one of the biggest issues. Let's go to Home Depot. We have an hour left basically, and I still have to clean up everything that we took out. We can do it! I also don't have time to wait for them to cut a bunch of plywood, and I don't really want to spend money on like a big sheet of plywood. So if they have like smaller pieces that are pretty close to what I need, and if they can cut them for me, I'll do that. If not, then I won't bother getting the drawer materials. I can also cut stuff at home if it's in a similar size. And it's currently 9:17, so we're running a little bit late. Holy buzzer beater. It's 9:58 and the store closes at 10. But I got some very interesting stuff. I didn't even film because I was in such a rush. I got screws for the spice rack. Hopefully they work out okay. I'm not really sure how to use them, but we'll figure it out. And I didn't get any of the stuff for the drawers because, well, okay, I got the sliding part for the drawers, but I didn't get any of the wood because it was just taking too long. I was looking at the measurements and I thought it was gonna work out, but it was kind of just too complicated to do in the time frame. But I found these, which should line up really well with the measurements I have for the in cabinet organizing shelf for the beans and stuff. I'm gonna replace those with like an actual shelf, and that'll be a win. It's like 10 right now, so hopefully we can like get everything cleaned up. I think we can do it. 5 p.m. rapid clean. 10:09 rapid clean. Could be worse. Spice rack time. Oy, that's heavy. This guy. Ugh. So here's what happened. I made a big stink about finishing everything in one day, and I couldn't quite finish it. It was a lot harder to put in those screws than I thought it was gonna be. I was kind of confused on how to do it. And to be honest, by the time I was doing it, it was like past 10:30 and it was almost 11, and it was just getting to the point where it was too late to be making a lot of noise at night. So I just needed to leave it and revisit it the next morning. To my credit though, it didn't take very long to finish up the last couple things that we needed to do. So I did those today, and you're about to see me put up the shelf. I left some really big holes in the wall, but it worked out okay. And I'm gonna consider it a win. One more left. It looks like it's not level, and it's not exactly level because I didn't level it, but I think this is actually what's not level, and it seems to line up with the sides pretty well. So let's see how... Oh, wait, that's not bad. I thought it would totally roll all over the place. It's a little, I have a couple sloping ones. I'm gonna try with a different bottle. No, it's level. Okay, this also can kind of move up and down. I think I'm gonna like leave the strings here also. I might tuck them in, but I feel like I just need them for security. Yeah, it doesn't really look straight, but I don't think it matters. And we can always take it off and put another shelf in. So I'm gonna put all my spices in now. I'm so excited. I'm pretty happy with the shelf. I know it looks very raggedy, but I made it myself, and I made it for free using only stuff I already had and free wood. So I'm pretty happy with it, and it is secured on the wall. It holds all of my spices and herbs, and it does the trick. And that was really the biggest thing that needed to be fixed. This was like a take one day to fix the biggest issues functionally in the kitchen, and I think I did that because really the biggest issue was the spice rack, so I feel like we completed that. I did not do the shelf in here, I'll show you in a minute, mainly because the brackets that I got would have been perfectly fine size-wise, except that there's like a little piece that juts out in the back of the cabinet that I forgot about, so that doesn't quite line up. Probably gonna go through all of my rooms, do like a quick pass, and then I'm gonna do another series of videos where I go back into more of the issues in depth, and we'll just get like more and more detailed each time. Next up, I'm gonna be doing my bedroom. You don't want to miss it because it's a very unique bedroom. I'll give you a sneak peek now. And I've learned a lot from this experience, and I feel pretty confident that next time we can complete everything on our checklist in one day. That's gonna be my priority. I'm gonna go about it a little bit different. I think I've learned a lot and it's gonna be more effective next time. That one's gonna be really fun because I am building up the bed frame that I made. There's like a lot of weird issues. It's a very unique space and a very unique scenario. So we're gonna be really problem solving in one day with what we have. Thanks for following along with me. I would recommend doing this. It might seem like we didn't do that much today, but even just giving yourself one day to get stuff done is gonna make such a big difference. Even if it's little things like this spice rack, I've been meaning to hang up for so long. I tried to a lot of times, but I just couldn't because I didn't have the right hooks. I didn't know how to do it. I was kind of waiting to do like a full fix everything in the kitchen. I need to plan it all out. I need to make sure I still want to use that spice rack. I need to, you know, measure it, level it, all of that stuff. Giving myself the one day to fix functional issues, even if that was really the only main thing that we fixed, it got done. And it wouldn't have gotten done if I didn't give myself one day to just fix everything that I possibly could. I'm prone to kind of not wanting to do quick little fixes because I want to do like a whole space. I don't want to just do one quick solution and then have to change it later or spend more money. But I think that's the way to go because all of the quick fixes that I've done around my apartment, they've lasted a while. Clearly, it wasn't that important for me to do it perfectly right because I haven't gotten back to them yet. And it's made my life 1,000 times easier. And if your day-to-day life is easier and more convenient, then you're gonna free up mental space to take on more of those creative projects and to make something cooler in the future. So don't worry if it's just a temporary fix. That's kind of ugly because I think it'll help you be more creative and make a cool space. Thanks for following along, appreciate it. Nice having you here. And I'm gonna be doing 3 more of these videos, maybe 4. Stay tuned for that and then we'll do it all over again. Peace!